Well, it's Monday morning now. I've been up and graded, packed and delivered some eggs. Now it's time to collect today's eggs. Yes, so today's the day. We've taken these two pigs. These two. They're about big enough to go. Well, they're pretty big. So yeah, there'll be some bacon on now. It'll be a month though, won't it? Put the sausage back in sort of 2 weeks, and then the bacon will be a month in salt. So that's the job today, take them. I might see if I can get the pod bike in as well and go and check the sheep on the way home, because I'm sort of, I'm not directly going past, but I'm not far off going past the sheep, so I might as well go and see how they're getting on, see whether they've whether the flooding's gone down. And then and then once they've gone, it'll be get all these doors washed off and get some new ones in. So it goes round. So yeah, I'm just going to go and quickly have some breakfast and then get them pigs into butchers mid-afternoon actually. So that's the plan. So yeah. sponge stops it rubbing on the trailer. Pigs in this bit. Yeah, the reason I didn't feed them this morning was the butchers don't ever like them to be fed in the morning. They always encourage you not to feed them. I mean, it's not going to, they're only going to be, it's all going to be washed out, isn't it, in a couple of hours' time, but they don't like them fed because they just don't move as well when they're moving them through the abattoir. And what you notice is if you feed them in the morning and then an hour later you come to move them, they lay down and sleep. They don't want to get up and move. Whereas if, like now, they're hungry, they're waiting for their breakfast, hopefully they'll run on the trailer a bit easier because they're looking for breakfast. It's a bit annoying, you can't get this trailer in this shed. I did used to have a really handy little trailer that I bought especially for moving pigs and sheep and calves, a single axle trailer, but haven't got that anymore, which is another story. So I'm having to use my big one, which is annoying because the other one I could back right up to this pen and there's nowhere for the pigs to go other than on the trailer really. So I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that because they're hungry, here, look, he's coming, it's ready to go. They'll just run straight on, but we'll see. Right, good to go. I'm just going to check these tyres because that tyre looks a little bit soft, so check that before we go. There's a queue to get in. Yeah, it's the first weekend back after the Christmas break that they're killing pigs, so I did half expect there to be a bit of a queue. It's not too bad though, I've seen it a lot worse than this. I've had to wait a long time before. If you just time it wrong, you're almost better off coming later on in the day really, because everyone tries to get here for like early mid-afternoon and quite often everyone just turns up at the same time. Whereas if you turned up an hour later, you'd just drive straight in quite often. But I wanted to go and check the sheep before it goes dark, which probably won't happen now. So, see how long this queue takes. Well, we're in, done. Yeah. My pigs were by far the biggest ones in there, so there's going to be some hell of a amount of sausage off them. Well, there's a nice trailer, just like the size I wanted. Just gone past. Yeah, I tend to get everything, all the middles baconed, and then shoulders sausage, and sort of roll them up, but I find they're all just a bit bristly and yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, they just don't slice up like a nice joint if you're roasting them. But the shoulders make real nice sausages because they've got plenty of fat in them. So just depends what you want. I mean, sausages I find are the easiest thing to sell if you were trying to sell pork, but flipping expensive for getting sausages made. If you took 2 pigs like that, I mean, they're probably getting on for like, you know, 90, 100 kilo, them pigs. And if you had them all sausaged, I mean, your sausage bill, eye-watering. But you can sell it, whereas if you just went and got it all jointed up into joints, I mean, it's hard work selling it, and it doesn't, you know, someone might take one joint off you every 2 or 3 weeks, but people eat sausages almost every day of the week, either for tea or for breakfast, so yeah, it's one of them. Right, I'm just going to call in the butcher's shop and just see if he's got any black pudding. Only had 2 little bits of black pudding. Bit disappointing. Last time I went, I got like a whole slab of it. You know, like a 5 kilo slab. I've still got a bit left, to be fair, so can't moan too much. But it's really good black pudding. It's got massive, great big chunks of fat in it. And it's not as grainy, it's not full of grains like some of the stuff you get from shops. But it's a bit far to come come for black pudding, so I only call in there when I'm going to the abattoir. But so I try and get as much as I can, but they don't always have it. Because I think maybe other people do the same thing. Clear them out. Well, I'm just going to go and call in and check on the sheep on the way, but I've just missed the junction that I needed to come off like I always do. So I'm committed to it and I'm going the scenic route. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of still, we haven't had any rain for 2 days, but there's a lot of there's a lot of water in all the brooks. Still, a fair bit of water down there, look, there's a fair bit of water stored in these fields still. So yeah, it's just going to take a little while for it to go down. Hopefully it'll stay dry when it dries. Not that it matters, I mean, I quite like rain. Bring it on, I say. It's day 2 and the rain was starting to get twitchy. So we're going to see what it's like at the sheep field, hoping that bit of flooding will have gone and they'll have ventured up to the top of the bank field by the road where the lane line is. There's grass there that was raised here before. There is some acres of the water around here. There's whole fields. I can't show you very well because I'm looking through a hedge and it's bad enough with the dirty windows, don't mind trying to film through the hedge. But there's literally, I've just driven past probably about 100 acres, it's all underwater. Yeah, it's a bit flat round here. Nowhere for it to go. Tractor. Oh yeah, I don't know, pallets or something, maybe sawdust. Look at all that rain. Just having a look at this bit of land of my mates down the road from where the sheep are. This was the last field we grazed the back end of last year, and the sheep did really well on it because they had a really good dry spell on here and they just all finished off. But what was the most annoying thing about it was I had a ticker here. So there's a footpath up there where I've parked, and obviously a main road, and I put my ticker up here somewhere out the way, and the bloody thing got nicked, didn't it? The battery and the ticker. And yet on this block of land I had to have three different tickers because I had to go all the way around it. It's, I don't know, it's like 50-acre block. And the other one is literally right next to the road. There was one right next to the road, and there's a footpath that cuts across the middle of this block of land, and the ticker was at the far side of that field, and it was literally right next to the footpath. And yet the only one that got nicked was the one that was completely out of sight, so it really bugged me. But still, these things happen, don't they? I just come to have a look up here, see whether it's worth grazing. I mean, there's a bit of grass on here, but it's not, I don't know, it's a lot of work to fence it. That's the trouble. If it's not, you want a decent amount of grass on here otherwise to make it worthwhile. Yeah, just looking at the floods on the way here, there's a whole floodplain. I don't know if you can see it beyond this hedge line. There's like hundreds of acres of floodplains, all underwater. It's as bad as I've ever seen it. So yeah, I think we're about at our limits really, aren't we, for flooding? 2 or 3 months we've been moaning it's too dry. Now everyone's going to wait for it to dry off, and then everyone will get out and do some sowing and spread muck or whatever, and then it'll all just dry up, won't it? And nothing will grow and all the muck will blow away. So fence around most of this part, so hopefully they won't get stuck in the hedges as bad. So yeah, there is a bunch still behind me, right up at the top of the other field, but I think once they see these here they might be drawn to them. If not, it's not the end of the world. There is still grass about, it's just getting a bit, they're just treading it in a bit where they were. This field's wet here, but once they get up to the top where they're going, I think I'll prefer it up there on the drive back. Might just check this fence is working. Yeah, so just got back now. After checking the sheep, I just nipped in at tool station on the way home. Picked up a few bits. Got something that got a bit of a surprise actually. Well, I'm going to save that for the next video. It's going to be really exciting. But yeah, while I've been gone, well, I'll explain the story. Last night we were faffing around with this pump. In the end, we got this whole boiler working. Apart from this pump, these pumps have got, if anyone knows, they've got like a three-stage, 3-speed switch on the top of them. And Dan said it was working, and he went to turn it to change the speed, and it just fell apart in his hands. It was this one, but underneath. This switch here just fell to bits. It was all corroded plastic. So we faffed around trying to see if we could bridge it manually last night and faffed about with it, but couldn't get it working anyway. Today Dan decided he was going to order a new pump, a new one of these, funnily enough, which is one of these. Which are quite a bit of money. They're like, I don't know, 80 quid or more, which is really annoying because up until recently I had a couple of them lying around that were on a loop that I had in the house for a log burner, which a plumber came and took them all out, and stupidly I didn't realise he'd taken them away, but he's chucked them all. So anyway, Dan went away today and he decided to order a brand new one of these, and after he did, my dad turned up to get some eggs, and I just said, oh, you haven't got an old boiler lying around with one of these pumps in? And he goes, oh yeah, I've got a brand new one of them sat on my desk. So while I was out running my pigs, checking the sheep, he must have dropped it off. So I've just come home now and just literally taken the electric box off that pump, even though it's a different make. It's pretty much identical. I've just plugged it onto here, wired it in, and it seems to be pumping. So there you are. So Dan's a bit miffed because I don't know whether he can cancel his order on the one he's bought, or we're just going to have another spare. But anyway, we're just going to give this is a minute to see if it'll warm up. Yeah, you have to watch this space. It's just a bit of an outbuilding, this, that we're just trying to see if we can get the radiators working again. So yeah, anyway, that'll probably be the end of this video, so I'll sign off here. Don't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it really. Look out for the next video because that's going to be exciting. My tool station purchase is really going to turn some heads, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.